Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, That's Ready Homeschool. My name is Mrs. T. Look, as much as I'd like to say that we do our curriculum that is planned every single day, that's just not true. It's not true. This past week, you guys, we had 2 atypical school days, and in fact, Monday is going to be a third and final atypical school day here in our homeschool. And then Tuesday, we'll get back to our normal curriculum and schedule and everything. But we had really fulfilling, satisfying, and exciting school days on Thursday and Friday, and I want to share with you what we did. So let's go ahead, we're going to hop right into it. I'm going to start with the things that we did on those 2 days that I would consider typical, and then we're going to go with the big exciting thing that we did on both days. So on Thursday, we went to our co-op, and our co-op's theme for the day were the phases of the moon. So we talked a little bit about the phases of the moon, we did our co-op stuff, and that was great. Later in the evening, we also went to the library. We typically go to the library once or twice a week, and we do that during our school time. So we did go to the library, which was fun, and we did find a lot of books, picked up things we had on hold. But what was great is at the library, they had the water department, I think it was the water department, that was there, and they were doing an educational booth. So they were actually teaching about the water cycle. So we sat down, we got the little information about the water cycle. We did a craft there, and they provided some materials to take home to do a water cycle experiment. So we did not do that on Thursday, but we got the materials to come home with us. Now on Friday, we did do the water cycle experiment. So we did that as part of our school day. We did math as well. We did, my first grader worked on Math with Confidence first grade. He did lessons, let me see, 6.2 and 6.3. And he also did Math UC Alpha 7C. So those are the math pages he did. For my pre-kindergartner, he did Math UC Primer 6F and 6G, and he did Math with Confidence Kindergartner 6.2. So he did a little bit there. The other thing that we do most days with my pre-kindergartner right now is we work on putting numbers in order from 0 to 10 because he used to get like 6, 8, and 9 mixed up like all the time. He'd get very confused. And we're finally working through that confusion. So we're kind of past that now, but we still do that as a warm-up. And then we also have these little cards with bugs on them, and he has to count the bugs and put little markers on the correct number. So it's kind of like recognizing that this number goes to that quantity. Because again, 6, 8, and 9, he really struggled with for a while there. Anyway, so we did our math. The other thing that my first grader did is he did spelling. So we did a warm-up. We use Alpha Phonics lessons as a warm-up with some magnets. So he did part of lesson 4 from Alpha Phonics, which is actually a phonics program, but it's like a perfect word list for his level. And then we did our All About Spelling Level 1, Lesson 5. We've been on this lesson for a while now because we are just kind of repeating. He gets a couple of the sounds that have, or letters that have more than one sound. He still hesitates, like with the Y, for example, he hesitates. But we're at the very end of, I think, lesson 5. Anyway, we did spelling, and then we did swimming together at the end of our school day. Okay, so those would be like our typical things. Now you guys, here's what we did that was so exciting and so much fun. On Thursday and Friday, and again, we'll be doing this on Monday, we did a readathon. We did a readathon, and in fact, my voice is going out as I'm filming this because my voice has been well used the last 2 days. But we did a lot of reading the last 2 days, and it was so much fun. So what I did is I went on Canva and I found a game board that has 68 spots. And I made a couple modifications to it, and I printed it out. We were actually out of colored ink, so it's in boring black and white. And I also grabbed some of our spare stickers. We have these little stars here. So what we did is we all started on start, and we rolled a die. I have this die here from a different game that only has numbers 1 through 3. So what we would do is we'd each roll, we'd go that many spaces, and you would put a star of your color on it. So my first grader was yellow, my pre-kindergartner was pink, and I was green. So we'd go through, and when we landed on a number, and we all landed on the number, we went through this book of, or this list of book prompts, and I'm so excited. We had so much fun. So for example, you would find a book that has 3 words in the title, has a rainbow on the color that you can read independently, a book about trees, so on and so forth. So I actually went through and I created 68 prompts in preparation for our readathon. So then we went on a book hunt. And we all picked whatever book we wanted to that fulfilled our prompts. So I want to share with you guys what we read because it's been, just, again, a lot of fun, and we actually covered so many topics. We had some math books, books in different languages, books they read independently, science, social studies, things that tied to the season, so on and so forth. So let me share what we did. I'm going to start with our independent reads. So in preparation for this, I pulled out all of our early readers, and my kids pretty much only chose Bob books for their independent reading, but these are the ones that they did. So pre-kindergartner did all of his are from collection 1. So he did The Big Hat, Matt, Sam, and Mac. He also picked these 2, but he needed some help with some of the words, so first grader helped. So they did together Dot and Mitt and Peg and Ted. So those were my pre-kindergartners independent selections. And these ones were my first graders. So from collection, we'll do 6 first. From collection 6, he did The Hen in the Den and Bugs. And from collection 3, he did The Picnic and The Swimmers. And then he also chose The Berenstain Bears, Bears in the Night, which he basically has memorized. So I don't know how much we can actually count this as reading, but he still did it. Okay, next I want to share with you the books that we selected that kind of are tied to social and emotional learning. Not gonna lie, I think I selected all of these very purposefully, but here we go. We did Accept and Value Each Person, The Magic of Me, My Magical Choices, Words Are Not for Hurting, How Can I Be Kind, A Little Spot of Anger, and What Are Feelings? 4 books that are tied to a secondary language. We did Oh No, Gotta Go, which has English and Spanish mixed in it. And we did Pierre et Paul Dragon, which is French and English. And then we also did a number of audiobooks that are tied to 1/3 stories. So we did Little Monster, Wilma the Whale, The Zookeeper's Cat, Billy and the Hungry Troll, Ruby Red Riding Hood, Elliot, The Prince's Underpants, Sleuth Sloth, and Tilly the Tortoise. So we did all of those as audiobooks from 1/3 stories. We also read a number of books that are tied to the season, so autumn and Halloween. So we did How to Catch a Monster, Frankenstein, a monstrous parody, Love and Hugs Fall, Just Say Boo, Pick a Pumpkin, Goodbye Summer, Hello Autumn, H is for Halloween. Now this one is a kind of a phonics book as well. We actually turned this one into a phonics game. So as we did this, it kind of ties both to the Halloween, but also our next theme, which is kind of specific to language arts. So in addition to that phonics game that we played, we also read Punctuation Takes a Vacation, and we went on a punctuation hunt as well. So we went through, we had to find quotation marks in books, exclamation marks, question marks, hyphens, apostrophes, so on and so forth. And we did a tally. So we were practicing our tallies while we went on a hunt. And I set the timer for 5 minutes. So we did that in about 5 minutes where we were going on that hunt. All right, we had a couple of books that I would say are social studies themed. We have Malala's Magic Pencil, Baby Loves Democracy, Castle, How It Works, and I Am George Washington. We also have a few books here that are math specific. So we did Coyotes All Around, which is all about rounding, Rabbit's Pajama Party, which is about sequencing, and Animals on Board, which is about adding. After we read this one, we also took out our animals and we played our own Animals on Board adding game. So we got these little trucks that we have pulled out, and then I put different animals and they had to add them up. And it was actually really fun to act out this book. It ended up being a little math lesson, so that was great. And then the last theme, I would say, of books that we have, I would call like science and non-fiction-y sort of books. So we have Light is All Around Us, Apex Predators, What's a Potty For? Flower Talk, How Plants Use Color to Communicate. And oh my gosh, you guys, that book was so good. We actually went outside and we went on a walk after reading this to find the colors of the different flowers that are still out and try to determine who the flower was trying to attract. Would it be bees, flies, butterflies, birds? It was so much fun. This book was fascinating. Highly recommend it. You Are a Honeybee. Leaflets 3, Let It Be. My Awesome Summer, which is all about a praying mantis. It's his diary. What is Poop? What are Germs? A Look Inside Wild Weather. Baby Loves Quantum Physics. Air is All Around You. And this one actually has an experiment in there where you put like a napkin inside a cup and you put the water different colors. So we did that experiment. That was fun. So we did a little bit of hands-on after this book. There's a Skeleton Inside You. This book is so much fun. We love that book. There were so many different books that we did as well that weren't tied to any of these subjects. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you on the screen because these books were kind of just for fun. So yeah, then we had also all of these. Those are all the books that we read. So you see that there's a lot that we've done. We aren't yet finished. So our goal is to get through our map. Here it is. See how far we can get in 3 days. We probably won't finish it, so maybe we'll do a 4th day at the end of October to complete our readathon. But it was just so much fun, you guys. We had so many great book discoveries and explorations. We did a couple of experiments, or we were inspired to explore concepts in these books because we just took the time to enjoy it. So yeah, there you go. An atypical sort of school day here. We still counted it. It was still fun. We had a lot of learning, and I'm really glad that we took the time to do something like a readathon. Anyway, guys, comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you do readathons in your house? I'd like to hear all about it. And you guys have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.